Kids, if you don't clap and say, I believe in fairies, Tinkerbell stays dead.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. All right. I'm going to give you a countdown this time. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
This movie has a very interesting relationship with math that I don't know how I feel about.
Okay, that's way better. Yeah. Doing that one. Yep. Way the fuck better than what
Yeah,
I was
you're
thinking.
like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Fucking dead Tinkerbell.
I got really into I was having a little too much fun with the I believe thing, which honestly is like it's fun and
Well,
I
we'll
do
talk about
love
the I
it,
believe thing because man,
but
did
it's
I have
also
mixed feelings
really
about that.
I'm also getting like the Peter Pan flashbacks to like that one Ask Reddit thing where it's all like, what happened to the Peter Pan productions where that nobody clapped for Tinkerbell.
So yeah, we're here talking Jingle Jangle, a Christmas
Oh, yeah.
story, which movie I think it came out last week, didn't it? I feel like it came out pretty.
I think it
Um,
came out a little bit ago, but I don't know how
but it's
recent.
the newest like family fantasy adventure film that's all about Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That's Forrest Whitaker.
Oh yeah.
Mostly like primarily black cast,
Mm-hmm.
kind of modern day Christmas musical.
Yeah.
And it's delightful. It's a
Oh my
delightful
god, it's
little movie.
absolutely fucking wonderful. I love this movie.
I think I have to explain some context before I go into some of these pieces of the movie because I know it's going to go in the category of things that only bother me. Uh,
I mean, yeah, you never know, but carry on.
um, for background, before I got my degree in psychology, I was an engineering student, which means I have taken up 3 years of calculus,
Mm.
3 years of physics, linear algebra, electromagnetism,
Oh man.
um, electrical engineering, tons of programming. I hate it all the way through. But the point I'm trying to arrive at is I know. Oh, and I tutored math for 3 years, so I know a lot of math.
Hey
So
Michael,
when there's
what's
times in
this?
the movie when I started yelling, "That's not how that works," I want you to understand the context.
I mean, how nitpicky can you get with a Christmas movie? I
This is
mean,
what. Well,
really.
I mean, in my experience, a lot.
Okay.
But, very, very easy answer to that question.
Mm.
Now, let me be clear. I'm not knocking that against the movie itself because I have to acknowledge that it runs on its own logic and its
Mm.
own world and its own understanding of physics.
Yep.
However, I have to acknowledge also that it was very hard to separate those two parts of my brain. The part of me go like, oh, it's a fantasy movie, it's just whimsical, and that's just how it works in the movie, versus there's no fucking equation for impossibility. It's like
I was gonna say, Michael, what is the square root of possible?
bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. That's what it is. Impossible, spectacular, and sensational. Words are in the dictionary, not a fucking math equation. Okay.
You just turned into Doug Walker before my very eyes.
Oh God, no, we don't talk about him.
Yeah, we don't.
But yes, I had to get that out of my system right off the bat.
All right,
that was bugging the shit out of me.
Okay, I don't know dick about math, so it's like I had a feeling it was bullshit, but I wasn't sure.
So
I was just
all
gonna
bullshit.
roll.
Again, this is clearly not trying to be a logical movie. It's run on emotion. It's a fantasy movie, and I don't want to be that asshole that says it's bad because of that.
The robot functions off of belief. It's like at that point you're just like, all right, we're doing whatever we want. Fuck yeah.
If there is any opposite of belief, it's math. All right. The only time you need to believe something is if you're doing a proof. All right.
Math and written accounts. Those are the only things that are true.
And programming.
Programming
is pure logic.
So.
So Anyway, that little tangent aside, there's also that part where they're throwing snowballs, they're doing math equations to figure out how to play the snowball.
I fucking loved the snowballs.
It was cute and it was fun, but again, there's that little angry mathematician in my brain going like, it's not a fucking superpower.
I mean, like the fucking...
What's that fucking twirly whirly for snowball shit?
I mean, clearly she practices at home, like, you know, for...
I mean, I could go along with Spider-Man and Thor, but at least they don't write out their equations before they do weird shit. You're forcing me to think about this movie. You're forcing me to think about this. This is your own fault. I don't want to think about math. I've never seen
you so mad about math.
I never thought I could be, but here we are. It's like if someone's playing D&D, and they said they rolled a 1, and it's like, oh, 1 means 20. And they kept insisting that over and over and over again.
As a dungeon master, there are like a million gears swirling in my head after what you just said. I was like,
see, now you know my pain.
No, it doesn't.
Now you know my pain.
No.
That is what this does to math.
What's your modifier, motherfucker?
That is what this movie does to math. And I know it is not a deal breaker. It is not a deal breaker. I still like this movie. But again, this bothered me so much that it's already consuming 5 minutes of this video. Just me talking how much bullshit this movie's relation to math is. Belief is not a concept that is in the math equation. There's no B for belief. Okay. I'm good.
You sure you got it out of your system? You're good?
I can't promise I won't return to it, but I'm ready to move on for the time being. Okay.
Oh man.
So for those who don't know what this movie is, Jingle Jangle is a Christmas movie. That is basically it's got a lot of elements of Hugo, some short circuit, some Peter Pan.
Oh yeah.
Trying to think
Peter Pan out the butt.
Yeah, a lot of Peter Pan. A little bit of Willy Wonka.
Yeah, kind of.
There's like a lot of different hodgepodges,
especially in that first sequence. Just that entire first sequence was very Willy Wonka.
Yeah, so like a lot of different elements, a lot of different films, and it's about this old woman who is telling her grandchildren the story of Jernicus.
What was it?
Jernicus, what's this guy's name?
Jernicus Jangles or something like that.
Jernicus Jangles, who was this brilliant toy inventor who made all these amazing things until he made a automaton bullfighter who is a little too smart for his own good. And manipulates the assistants who grows up to be key.
He made the most evil Christmas movie villain of all time. I know it's a Spaniard.
Anyway, the assistant steals this book of inventions. It's all these brilliant ideas in there, and I guess this basically just destroys Jangle's life. Because like after that,
he ran out of ideas. It was like he was having inventor's block. Then his wife passed away, and he just kind of lost it after that. Like
he's estranged to his daughter, who goes on to have her own daughter, whose name is Journey, and she's also a brilliant mathematician.
Hey, it's like I like to think of it. It's like the way they do math in this movie is kind of like the ways Jedi use the Force,
except the Force isn't a concept in reality, Matt. They are space wizards. Math is real. Math has
that's how they made math look. They made it look like wizardry.
Except they use real concepts.
You studied math for a long time, but to me, like whenever somebody's like really good at math, that shit looks like a magic trick. I'm like, oh, I guess that does. Oh wow, how'd you do that?
It's like me going up. It's like me grabbing a standard long sword and going, "This does +4 lightning because I say so." That is what this does to math. And it goes like you got
talk D&D to me. Thank you.
Talk derivatives and summations and all these things. I'm like, that's not how any of that works.
It's a mace, but it does slashing damage. I'm
Yes.
like, explain. Also, why?
Exactly.
Also,
Exactly.
why?
Now put that in. Bring that up continuously for 2 hours,
Okay.
and just imagine how much that just drills into the back of your brain. Like you're not hating the movie because of it, but it bugs you just enough. Anywho,
Oh,
sorry. I'm
man.
hoping that's the
Yeah.
last mathematical tangent I go on today, which is boy is out of sense than I ever thought I'd say in my life.
I was gonna say, like, so far we're 2-0 for math tangents, or 0 for 2. I don't know what our scoring system is on this, but so what was it? So he loses his shit, and he's just kind of becomes a kind of a hermit, and he turns his invention workshop into a pawn shop. And he's in a bunch of financial trouble, and then
the
everything's.
granddaughter Journey decides to make a trip over there to spend time with her grandfather, who she's never met before.
Oh, yeah.
And it turns out the assistant, on the meantime, has used the book of inventions to become this world famous inventor who's the richest in all the land.
Oh, yeah, the wealthiest toy maker of all.
Who is played by Key from Key.
Keegan-Michael Key.
Keaton-Michael Key. Yeah. Who is wonderful in this, by the way.
Yeah, he is awesome in this movie. Like, I was a little kind of iffy when I saw him in the trailer, but shit, that was, it was a very solid performance for him.
Yeah, he's a good singer, turns out.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know he could sing. Like, well, wait, no, I did know. I forgot about the Key and Peele sketch where they all sang.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Les Mis one, that one.
That is one he would do, wouldn't it? Anyway. But at this point, he's run out of ideas, and he's not a very good inventor himself, no matter how much he wants to be. So he's trying to figure out a way to basically steal from Jangles again. So at that point, the movie kind of hops around. Just basically, it's a story about how they learn, the granddaughter and Forrest Whitaker learn to connect, while also trying to make a robot work, while also trying to stop the main villain and the Matador.
They're not really trying to stop him, though. Like really, for the most part, they're unaware of his plans until after he does the execution of him. Like, until then, it's like more like they reacting to his nefarious deeds.
Okay, that's fair enough.
And even then, it's the daughter who goes out, and Forrest is just trying to find her and get her back.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. I said the daughter the daughter and the one character that I really kind of got on my nerves.
Urkel.
Yeah, you said
the
you
kid
saw it too. Okay.
Yeah, he looks just like Urkel. He's like British Urkel.
Like, I was thinking, like, this kid's giving me some Urkel vibes. Like, he shows up, I'm like, oh,
he had some hardcore Urkel vibes. Yeah, he looked a lot like Urkel.
Like, and it's like this little kid who's like, name is Edison, who also is like an inventor's assistant. Assistant's like, oh, the wannabe inventor's name Edison. Subtle. Okay, sure, whatever. Kids movie.
If they wanted to be extra subtle, they would make the thief guy named Edison. Yeah, that's its own thing.
That the world's not ready for that version, Matt. That when like fucking Steven Universe had to call it out like recently.
What was that?
It's like, it's bad when the narrative towards Edison is slowly shifting, but it's very, very slow. I think like the most recent one I saw was like Steven Universe called him out like in a anti-racism short recently.
Oh shit! I heard about that, but I haven't seen it yet.
It's actually pretty solid. It's mostly well, so and so made the filament. Wait, that's it? That's all we're gonna talk about him? Like, we're not gonna talk about why he did why he made it? How is important because like slaves were released not that long ago as a way to make their lives better? No, your history books suck. That's basically a short.
Okay, shit. Now I really need to see it.
I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what it was.
And I need to see Gems tear Edison a new one. But
kind of great. But anyway, I'm tangent. I know.
Yeah, we went on another tangent.
But
if it's math or history, it's going to be a tangent for one of us.
Oh, we got to go on one more math tangent. Last one, because it's involves something in the plot. Oh, you disappeared there, Matt.
All right, we're on 3. This is math tangent number 3. For those of you playing the drinking game at home, pour yourselves another shot.
Buddy. Let's talk about Buddy. So Buddy is this little robot. He looks like a slightly shorter version of Johnny Five from Short Circuit.
Yeah, and he has legs.
And he has legs. But they said like it was basically an invention of Journey's mom, Jessica.
He's like a mixture of Johnny Five and E.T. kind of with
Little
the
bit, I
flying.
can see that.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is like it was Journey's mother's invention that Jangles kind of built, but I can never get it to work. And it turns out the reason is because the secret equation was belief. You need to believe in the robot can exist. I have 2 issues with this.
That's also like the one part of the movie I was kind of like, okay, this is some kind of weird wizardry pseudoscience going on here, but carry
you
on.
think? By the way, I want to emphasize again, I know I'm shading a lot on the science in this movie, but it is not a deal breaker for this film. I want to be clear.
Yeah.
I acknowledge right off the bat, this only bothers me. But I have to emphasize again, as a measurable and like as a measurable, observable science, there is no quantifiable variable or unit of measurement for belief. Therefore, it doesn't have a scent. It doesn't have a brainwave. It does not have any kind of unit of measurement whatsoever. Therefore, you cannot make a machine that runs purely on belief. That is not a power source that works. Okay. Okay. And that was the other thing that bothered me.
Oh man, what was that thing? It started making me think of another holiday special that I technically never seen, but I only saw like what became my favorite part of it, even though I hadn't seen the rest of it, where it was like the Discworld one, the Hogfather, and Death had to take over for Santa or something like that. And It was like if you took the entire universe and ground it into the finest powder and ran it through the finest sieve, you would never find one single speck, not even one atom of justice. You see, we must start with the little lies, like hogfathers and tooth fairies, so we would believe the bigger ones, such as justice or mercy. And it was like, I mean, Terry Pratchett put it way better than myself, but it stuck with me. And yeah, so your invigorating math rant reminded me of that. That's the point.
Same basic principle, though. I will agree on that. The other thing that bothered me, and again, this is super nitpicky.
Are we on math tangent number 4? Because all right, for another shot.
Yes and no. It's not strictly about math. It's about scientists.
Okay.
There is not a scientist in the world who does not want to believe that their bullshit's gonna work. Especially if you're trying to invent something. No one's gonna go, well, I'm gonna make this. I hope it doesn't work.
I mean, yeah, it's like going to a play, like saying, I hope this sucks because I paid $50 for one ticket.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Again, super nitpicky. Things that only bother me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, this little plot device is like somehow if you believe hard enough, you also can fly. That's where the Peter Pan comes in. Sure. Whatever. I'll go.
Think happy thoughts and get a magical robot friend.
Okay. Now that I've talked about the things that only bother me, let me talk about the things I do like in this movie. Just to convince the audience that I did in fact like this.
Yeah.
Because I've done nothing but shit on this for like the last 10 minutes.
Carry on.
The performances are all wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
This is a movie that has a very clear like identity and knows what it wants to be, even though it kind of jumps around a lot with like what kind of story it wants to tell. The heart remains consistent. The performances remain consistent.
It's a very warm and uplifting story.
I love
the performers really pull it through.
The colors and the designs are all fantastic. Very like Willy Wonka, Dr. Seuss.
Like it's like everybody is dressed up like a author name, Christmas Carol. Fuck. Guy who wrote Christmas Carol, British. Put it in the comments. Fuck.
Hold on.
Charles Dickens.
There you go.
Like everyone is dressed up like upper class Charles Dickens meets Greatest Showman like ringmaster thing. Like literally, one of the first things I noticed is that the mailman is dressed up like a circus ringmaster. And I was like, all right, this is gonna be fun. I like this. Um, but yeah, what was it? You were talking about the
Like the color
designs
palette,
and
the designs,
yep, the designs, the tone.
clothing, the songs are all catchy.
Oh my god, the songs are wonderful. I love the songs in this.
And they work well thematically. Like I said, like the climax with the daughter and the father, I thought was really well done. Forrest Whitaker is a wonderful actor. And even the movies he sucks in, or not sucks in, the movie that sucks, like Taken Free,
movies, even the movies that suck, but not because he's in them.
Yeah. I think there was a movie. It's this terrible Netflix movie that I watched a bunch of friends recently. I forget what it's called. It's basically about like the world is supposed to like end supposedly, but you don't really actually see what happens. I don't know. It's weird.
I was gonna say he was in Battlefield Earth. If that's a movie that
he was in that, wasn't he?
He was in Battlefield Earth. Yeah, he was one of the aliens. I think.
I'm gonna look it up, but basically the joke we kept making out of it is that his entire character is that he was the father of this guy's wife, and he was a Marine, and those were like his two defining character traits. So the entire time through the movie, we're just making jokes. How it ends, that's what it was called.
Oh, okay.
We never actually did find out how it ends, oddly enough.
The movie's still going right now.
It felt like it. So the entire time he's kept making jokes of like, stand back, I'm a Marine. Or like, I can handle this because I'm a Marine. So every time like Sam Marine is like, stand back, he's like, because I'm a Marine.
Oh yeah. Because I'm a Marine. I'm just gonna change my position here. I'm not filming at my desk today.
Is that why your shoulder keeps disappearing?
Huh?
Is that why your shoulder keeps disappearing?
Yeah. Oh no, the shoulder's like a shirt, although I don't know. It does seem to be working better now, so it might have been why my shoulder kept disappearing.
But anywho, so yeah, no, the story for what it is, it's wonderful. It's like again, when you can kind of accept the logic behind it. We can get behind that. I love the central message of the film, which is said very explicitly by Forrest Whitaker towards the end, which is going to spoiler territory. I feel like I've already seen a good chunk of this movie already. When they say like, if you are a kid with imagination, you can fit in anywhere. And like that's a moral. I love that moral, and I think it's great for kids. And like, even with all the bullshit math they have ranted on about, if it gets quickly to give you understand math, okay, fine, I'll get over it. Maybe they can make a equation for spectacular or whatever.
I think that's shot number 5. Our audience is getting pretty tipsy right now.
That was it.
Okay.
Don't encourage me. And like it's good. It's got a good heart. It's a good Christmas movie, and I know I have made it very clear over these many years I've been doing this show that how much I hate Christmas, and that's still true. I am not like I have softened over the years. I'm not nearly as cynical about it as I used to be. So I can appreciate.
And they say Michael's heart grew 3 sizes that day.
I've sat through 2 fucking cringe remakes. Both of them sucked, and they're on Howard.
Until they started drawing the math with their minds again, and then he lost his shit.
This is like
and he threw the presents over the mountain.
And then Matt suddenly died for some reason.
And then Matt suffered a fatal heart attack and was unable to continue.
I think it's like there's this character in Percy Jackson 2 that just grinded my gears so hard, and I always forget his name until somebody reminds me, and then
when did we start talking about Percy Jackson 2?
I'm thinking of things that just trigger me from years ago. That's still
okay. Was that a Christmas movie that you despise, or
it was not? But it was a god awful movie.
Okay.
It's one of the worst of that year. But there's one character in particular that bugged me as much as the math thing bugs me in this, if not more so. And the name starts with a T, and I can't remember the rest of it. But every time somebody says that name, I can feel myself like, what is that?
I was just guessing. I know it's like a Greek mythology thing, so I'm just thinking of Greek names that start with T. Typhon?
No.
Theseus?
No.
Theocritus?
Dude, don't be a jerk.
I'm just guessing. I've
Act-
never
you're
read Percy Jackson or seen the movies. I don't know
you're
shit.
actively trying to trigger me right now.
What do you mean?
I just said hearing that name.
What name? Oh, okay. Well, now I see what you mean. I just wanted to figure out who it was.
That's like
'Cause,
going
I mean,
like every
I
time
know
someone sings
Greek.
that Christmas song, I have a small heart attack. The weather outside, no. Jingle bell, no. Santa Claus,
Chestnuts
Grandma got
roasting
ran
on an
over by a
open
rain.
fire.
Tyson, that's what his fucking name was.
Tyson?
Motherfucking Tyson.
Like Mike Tyson or
Yeah,
like
it's like
a
Mike fucking Tyson. He had one eye, he talked in the same song. Nope, I'm not doing this again.
okay.
I wasn't.
All right. So
Um,
let's not talk about Percy Jackson characters for a
why don't you
second.
talk for a little bit? I've been on my
Uh,
soapbox for most of this
yeah,
video so far.
I'll talk. What was it? What was it? I totally didn't know it was a musical going into it, so I was actually really excited when the first song came on because it was like I fucking loved it, and it was like it was very colorful. The dancing, the choreography is gorgeous in this movie, and they really like you can tell these guys paid money for their choreographers because every opportunity there is to have dancers anywhere, there are dancers and they're wonderful.
Oh yeah.
I I love that one like little joke that came up where it's like it was like the
Background
second
dancers.
song. What was that?
The background dancers.
Yeah, the background dancers that the
Yep.
mail lady has.
With
Like,
Mrs. Johnson, who really
Mrs.
wants
Johnson.
to fuck.
Yeah. I mean, yes, but I love Mrs. Johnson's background dancers. Just, I mean, for one thing, their clothes are fucking amazing. You know,
Like,
they, you know,
she wants Forrest Whitaker bad.
oh yeah. Um, but like, you know, the dancing's fabulous, and I just love the reaction that Forrest Whitaker has to it, where it's like
Background dancers.
it's like someone in real life doing a musical number to someone who is not involved in any sort of musical number, and he's just trying to figure out what the fuck's happening.
It's like, have you watched John Mulaney and the Sack Lunch Bunch?
Not yet, but I have it on my list.
There's a song very early on where John Mulaney plays like the father to this kid, and the song musical happens, and then he starts singing along to the song in entirely different verses, and the kid just goes, "Dad, did you rehearse this?" But yeah, like no, I had the same. Like that's when I knew I was gonna like this movie, was when that moment happened.
Oh yeah.
Because there's this character named Mrs. Johnson, who's the mail delivery driver, and
Mhm.
she is a hardcore cougar who really wants to hop on like Forrest Whitaker's bone, like
Does she
super
count
hard.
as a cougar? Because I think Forrest Whitaker's older than she is.
Like
I don't know if that's cougary.
I don't know. Either way, she wants to fuck.
Oh yeah.
Like she wants some
She
of that
is.
Christmas spirit inside her.
Jesus Christ.
A kids
Jingle
movie.
jangle. Let's go jingle jangle those bed springs, Forrest.
I'll be your buddy. 3000. This thing got a vibration feature, or oh, sorry, massager. It is.
What else can you do with those magic fingers, Forrest?
Oh, I'll make you fly. But you gotta believe.
What have we done to this new Christmas classic? This modern Christmas classic. My
We
goodness.
dirtied it up like the old men we are, Matt. Anywho, but like out of nowhere, she's singing this big ballad, and at one point, just these three guys show up out of nowhere, like behind like a piano.
They just come out from behind his desk.
I think I literally had actually like, what the fuck? It's what I said out loud. And then like 5 seconds later, Forrest Whitaker goes, background dancers. Like, okay, good. It's not just me.
They were my favorite. They were my favorite ensemble characters, the background dancers. I love them.
They only showed up a few times, don't they?
Yeah, they showed up. They showed up again later during her reprise of that song.
Yeah,
and he was like, they are a group.
Yeah, but I was like, all right, this is my kind of humor. I can get behind this.
Yeah, that was a really good gag. They really played that one well. Yeah, the music is like was absolutely wonderful in this movie. That one song, God, I gotta get this song on like my fucking Spotify or something because it was so good. It was like sort of the climax leading up to Forrest reuniting with his daughter in the movie. Make It
Oh
Work.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that song,
That
like,
song slapped. That was a good song.
oh my God, it fucking like, oh God, like, okay. I don't know if you've ever felt this about music before or like musical theater in general, but sometimes there's like a moment where it's not necessarily like a sexual orgasm, but like a spiritual, soulful one where it just makes me unreasonably happy. But the noises I make sound very weird when it
So you're
happens.
saying it's a mathematical orgasm?
Yep, it is a jingle jangle math orgasm. Or like literally like the girl playing Forrest Whitaker's daughter, she like sang some like she was like singing this one note. And I was just like, oh,
I don't need to
like
know this about you.
that's probably not the exact sound that I made, but it was pretty close. Like it was not a like I was just so goddamn blown away. And I have made that sound in other like scenarios.
I don't need to know this about
Some
you.
of them during live performance.
This is a little TMI.
Yeah, fair, fair. Like I said, it's not a sexual thing. It just sounds like it.
I may be
Because
single
I'm
again. That does not
terrible
mean
at
I want these
describing
information.
things when I don't write them beforehand. Um,
Well,
but
I
like,
know
yeah,
that.
Make It Work definitely did that for me. There's a song that Journey gets, which is wonderful, uh, about
I like
how
Magic Man. I thought that was a fun song.
Magic Man was also a lot of fun. Um, like just God, it's just it's just really good music and like it's hitting off like it's like hitting off some of the best checklists of a good musical is and one thing I noticed in the credits was that it was produced by John Legend. Like
Do I know? Am I supposed to know who that is?
okay, John Legend is a singer. He does many songs. You might I don't know if you saw it, but there was like a Jesus Christ, like one of those ABC live musicals where they did Jesus Christ Superstar. John Legend played Jesus.
Okay, see,
Um,
I don't have cable or satellite right now, so
Fair. That's absolutely fair. Plus, honestly, John Legend is a better singer than he is an actor. But I can, we can do I can do a whole other thing on that. But I would also need like media examples where I compare, contrast. Like, I mean,
the
it's like
University of YouTube doesn't
his
write
head
video
is never
essays
going
about it.
in one direction. But that's its own issue. We're not talking about John Legend's Jesus. I was just saying, like, John Legend, I think, was involved in this movie, like, as a producer or something like that. And I
You're
was like,
right. We're talking
that
about
explains.
math.
Yeah, let's talk more about math, Michael. Number 6. Here we go, guys.
No, go ahead.
No.
Are you really
What was it?
counting?
It's like he helped produce and he also did a lot of the music, which makes sense because John Legend did. Oh, here's where you know John Legend. He was in La La Land.
Oh, who was he in La La
Yeah,
Land?
he was the Ryan Gosling's friend.
Oh, okay,
The
okay.
guy who was all like, "Oh, this isn't jazz," or Ryan Gosling was like, "This isn't jazz, all this techno shit." I'm just like, the song still slaps. Fuck you. It's a
I'm
good
not gonna lie, I haven't
song.
watched La La Land since we saw it in theaters.
That's fair. That is fair. I've seen it a few more times after that, but I'm a total slut for good movie musicals. But
You're making this
that's
weirdly sexual, man, and I'm not comfortable with it.
I'm tired, Michael. What else do you want? Like
Not
I'm
sexually,
a metaphorical
man.
slut. I don't know where to go
I
with
get that
this.
the holidays are lonely. I'm lonely too, but we're not there yet, man. You got to build up to it.
Oh my god.
Have our own holiday special.
Cake and roses later, Michael. Just
Maybe you got to wine and dine me first. Is all I'm saying.
so cake, wine, and roses. Then okay.
You got to work up to the Buddy 3000.
Okay. What have we done?
It's times like this I wish the fan fiction was still a thing.
Oh my god, are we still getting fan fiction? Is
No,
that
that
like
stopped a while ago.
ah, dang it. That was a
Reddit still
fun
comes to me
thing.
now and again, though.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anywho.
Where were we?
Jingle Jangle is a good movie.
It's a good fucking movie. It's a good ass movie.
Because we're talking about anything else.
I know. It's like
Like
we
we're
really
having a good
don't have a
time with
whole lot to say about it.
I recommend it. It's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. There's one thing that actually I thought was kind of cool, where like there were sort of little hints throughout Keegan Michael Key's performance. He was like sort of a sub villain kind of thing, where like the main villain was like the little Matador toy, where he's like the main villain and he's just kind of bullying Key to do his bidding and stuff, which is honestly like, I personally found it funny, but that's just for entirely different, like a joke that only makes sense in my head and it wouldn't work in any context. I think I tried it earlier in this review, but you were also talking, but I'm just like, oh,
sorry.
No, it's fine. It's not a good joke.
I think the one thing that was like bugged
the most wicked.
Oh god.
Oh no, sorry, you were saying.
I was like, I still the one thing that bugged me about that dynamic, and again, this goes back to things that only bother me, and it's a super nitpicky thing that has nothing to do with math. Before you ask,
okay, I was gonna say I'm calling shot number 7, Michael.
Is the fact that his whole crisis, he doesn't have any more inventions because he made everything that was in Jangle's book. So he's desperate to figure out what to do, and I'm thinking like, you're the richest toy maker in the world. By definition, you can outsource this problem.
Yeah, actually. I mean, I guess they didn't. Yeah, I totally turned my brain off to that issue. I didn't even think about that.
I was like, when you get to a certain point of rich, you stop doing the work. That's how the 1% tend to operate.
I mean, yeah, I know we're trying not to dial it back to Edison so much, but he eventually became so rich, he literally just had a warehouse full of inventors who would make shit for him, and he'd be like, hell yeah, patent that motherfucker.
Yeah, at that point it's all about the patents, man.
Yeah, that's
or better yet, hire somebody to fix your stupid thing.
Yeah.
And then get it to work.
I mean, then again, he would just hire some guy, and the guy was all like, none of the math behind these notes make any sense. I don't know how to measure belief. But
hold on,
math is illogical.
For sensational,
I do not have the magic fingers to build these.
And ultimate. Do we have any other adjectives we use for Spider-Man? Oh yes, sensational. Did we get sensational?
Amazing.
Amazing. We forgot amazing.
Yeah, you gotta get the classic Amazing Spider-Man. What was it though? Oh, right. So stuff with Keegan-Michael Key's performance.
Yeah.
I thought they were building up to a redemption arc with him, like him in particular, because he kept getting bullied and he was having this self-loathing thing going on.
Yeah, and that's more like a you reap what you sow kind of thing. That's kind of
pretty much. And I was oddly enough pleasantly surprised that they didn't give him like a full redemption, so to speak, because I mean, you gotta also remember that he spent literally almost a lifetime just based off stealing someone else's work.
Yeah.
So it's like I was worried they were gonna redeem him, but he still went to jail. So I was actually kind of happy about that.
I agree.
Yeah. That I felt like that's good. That's good for kids.
Every now and again, is like, hey, maybe the rich asshole doesn't get to redeem himself.
Yeah, exactly. And technically he didn't. And even then, like as he was getting arrested, that heartfelt moment from Forrest Whitaker was sweet, but it was also kind of a fuck you. You should have waited one night before stealing all my shit, you bastard. And just like,
I will say, like, this movie does have the same problem that Mary Poppins 1 and 2 have, which is, suddenly at the very end, the banks are so gracious.
Oh yeah, the banks are the good guys all along.
We just needed to believe. Believe in capitalism.
I love to imagine this banker like had this huge moment inside his shop, and then he went back to work and he was telling his coworkers, like, guys, we're financing this guy for the rest of his life. Wait, and then everyone else was like, excuse me? He made a robot that flies.
And
do you have some paperwork behind that? Is there any collateral we can put here? What's that?
It's like, and we're charging him at 36% interest.
Yay!
He's banking us forever because he'll never get out from under us.
Finally, the scheme we've been waiting for. Jingle Jangle 2, the wrath of the bankers.
The rise of socialism.
Yep, rise of socialism.
Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, yeah, I feel like we're just kind of dicking around at this point.
Yeah, we really are just kind of dicking around for most of this review because we love this movie, and there's not really. It's easier to talk shit about bad movies, but like when you love a movie, it's like I feel like I have less to say about it.
Yeah, no, I'm getting with like I remember our Edge of 17 review where we basically just laughed and like told the jokes we liked the entire time.
Oh my god, yeah. God, that was a good movie.
Did I ever tell you that that video got retweeted by the director?
No.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's awesome.
She said, like, I love these guys. These are like my woman wearing a Chewbacca mask for me.
My what?
I remember that video. It was like several years ago. That woman that had the Chewbacca mask who just couldn't stop laughing.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
My God, that is like I don't know if it's coming on camera. I feel like I'm blushing. Edge of 17 director, if you still follow these reviews.
Oh God.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's worth a watch. This is like the second good Christmas special I've watched in the past week, so hooray.
Nice.
Because the Lego Star Wars one was also surprisingly good. So
I mean, yeah, it's like Lego. They have a lot of heart in their stuff.
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly. But anyway, I think that's it for that. We're still kind of in catch-up mode. So we have like still gotta check. I still eventually want to get to Trial of Chicago 7 because that one's been sitting in my queue for a while.
Oh, it's so good, Michael.
The Witches, Mank just came out. Hillbilly Elegy, The Christmas Chronicles Part 2.
I still gotta see Christmas Chronicles Part 1 to prep for that.
Yeah, me too.
I'll do that tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
Carry on.
We can do that next week.
All right.
And you don't want to watch Hillbilly Elegy?
Like I had no idea what the hell it was, but the title alone scared me, and then I looked it up. I was like, I don't know if I like these reviews. I don't know if I'm gonna be ready for this movie.
I know the minute I saw someone describe it as White Medea, I was like, oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Which also means
wait, which Medea? The Greek one or the Tyler Perry one?
Which one do you think?
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, we saw Boo Medea Halloween 2. We can do this.
I mean, Boo Medea Halloween 2 is also the only time I've ever left the theater to get a drink.
Now you're at home, you can pause it and get a drink.
Oh my God, you're right. But part of the joy of getting a drink in the middle of Medea is that there were several minutes passing by in which I was not watching Medea.
You don't have to pause.
I know, it was a live theater. I left specifically because I knew it wouldn't pause.
Well, my point is you don't have to pause even when you're at home. You can just go get a beer.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. That I can do.
I'm gonna have to watch it too. I'll probably get drunk.
Fair. Drunk review. Hillbilly Elegy.
Oh no, that'd be Sherlock Gnomes 2 was the movie we saw. Drunk as fuck. I'm not even kidding. I had to leave at one point. I thought I was gonna puke, and then I came.
Oh my!
And then I came back and had no idea what was going on.
Oh man! Like I only saw bits and pieces of that movie, and I was like, I had several questions based on what I saw.
That was a case where that was a condition to get my girlfriend at the time to watch it and be our designated driver.
I imagine she was very pleased about that.
She laughed her ass off.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You can watch the review. It's still up. We're still drunk in the middle of it.
Okay. Oh, man.
But anywho, we even did a drinking game that's on that video, too. You can go watch because we pre-gamed hard.
Please. God, okay. That's a reason for me to watch Sherlock Gnomes.
Anyway, so yeah, you got all that. And there's also another holiday movie that's on Hulu that I just found out about. That's actually pretty cute that I kind of want to watch.
Yeah. What's it called?
Try to remember the name of it. I saved it earlier today because I knew I was going to forget what it was called.
My goodness, Michael.
I know. Happiest Season.
Happiest Season. Okay, that sounds
which
pleasant.
Has Kristen Stewart as a lesbian couple, so that's kind of cute.
All right, yeah.
And that girl from Tully that I forget her name that was also in Terminator.
The new one where she was the Terminator, that one?
The newest one where she was like the
Okay.
skinny Terminator.
I don't know the actress's name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie, but yeah.
It looks cute.
I don't believe in any Terminator movies that happen after 2. I don't believe they exist.
I like Dark Fate. I actually think it's pretty. I think it's pretty bitchin', but that's like
okay. I don't know.
It depends how much you care about John Connor, because I really don't, and they kill him in the first 10 minutes. So
okay.
Just to save you, just rip off that Band-Aid. If you can get past that, it's actually a pretty good movie.
Okay.
And we're just shooting the shit now, so I'm gonna wrap up here. Thank you guys for watching.
There's one movie I want to pitch out there. You don't have to review it, but I think you would enjoy watching it. And this isn't a rush thing. This is like a when you feel like you have time thing.
All right.
There's a really good movie on Netflix I saw a little bit ago called The Boys in the Band, based off the Broadway play of the same name. And it is a drama, and it is about a group of homosexual men in the 1960s who throw a birthday party.
Oh.
And it is fucking amazing.
I'm intrigued.
It's a really good movie.
When this come out?
What was that?
When did it come out?
It came out this year.
When?
I don't remember which month.
Okay,
but it's on Netflix.
When we get low on stuff to watch, I'd be more to put that one on.
Yeah, that's just one I want to toss out there. But yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. See y'all later.
Yep. Have a good night.